Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you are doing great. This is the third part of the VS Code series or GitHub series, right? In the first one, I showed you different extensions you can install in VS Code. The next one was how you can use Git in VS Code for data science project, or that can be utilized to any kind of projects. And this one, I will show you the 5 tips how you can use GitHub effectively. Let's get started. The first tip is, if you already have watched my previous 2 videos, you know that if you want to work something on the browser itself, if you are in some repository, you can go to this code section and then go to this code space, and you can see that I have already used this particular repository in the code space. But if you want to create the new project, you can just click this plus icon and it is going to create a new environment for you where you can install whatever you want and write the code in that particular GitHub code space. If you are new to this channel, you might watch my previous 2 videos about VS Code and Git so that you know in more details. The next tip I want to show you is, let's say that you are in some random repository and you find that okay, you need to add some file and also you need to upload some of the things in this particular repository, but you don't want to create a code space or you don't want to clone this locally. So there is the option here, as you can see, this add file, right? If you go to this add file section, you can create a new file already in the browser itself. By the way, if you are already familiar with GitHub, this might seem really simple, but this is for complete beginners. Some of you might even not know that okay, there is an option to create a new file. So this is specifically for those ones. You can just create a new file and then it will pop up this YouTube stops, because that is the root folder. You can have the file name and you can create the new file. And the next is, if you go here, there is this upload files. If you have some files locally stored, you can upload the files also in the GitHub quickly without cloning this particular repository or opening this in the GitHub code space. The third tip for you is, let's say that you want to do some modifications quickly, right? You are on the GitHub repo and just press the dot in your keyboard. So if you press the dot, it is going to open in the development environment. So now you can just go here and modify some of the things that you want to change. Okay, so the fourth tip is, let's say that you don't want to press the dot for some reason. The same thing can be achieved if you go to this URL part. There is this github.com, right? So what you can do is change this github.com to github.dev and press enter. It is going to open the development environment. So this is same what we did by pressing the dot in the keyboard. You can go back and now we are in the main GitHub. And this is our repo that we just opened in the development environment. Sometimes you need to do some quick fixes. So this is really helpful in those scenarios. And the final tip I want to give you is, let's say that you are in the LangChain main repository and let's say that you want to navigate between code here just to see how the things work, right? So let's say that you went to this LangChain folder and you went to this doc store. Let's say this is just the example. And let's say that you want to go to this in-memory.py. By the way, if you just go through this is already looking something like IDE, right? On the side here, it says, okay, there is a class. In this particular page, there is a class called in-memory docstring. This is how quickly you can say what is in that particular file. Let's say that I want to click in this in-memory docstring. Let's click this first. If we click this, as you can see here, it says definition. There is a class called in-memory docstring. And it says definition precise in this file, right? There is this in-memory docstring. So as you can see here, it is shown here. And there is this show more. If you click this one, it says that 20 references, meaning that this particular in-memory docstring is being referenced in 20 other different places. So if you just click this LangChain docstring init, if you click this one, so import in-memory docstring, this is being imported there. And the next one also, if you can see here, it is being used in different things. And if you want to go to that particular page, you can just click this one. If you click this, now you are in that particular file. This is how quickly you can navigate between different parts of the code. This is really good because let's say that you want to know some functions or some class where it is being used in that particular package. Sometimes you need to investigate, or sometimes the package does not have something that you need and you need to modify something, so that you can modify something and provide the pull request so that that can be implemented in the main Python package. I have been using GitHub since long time, and it has been evolving really in a positive way, because before we didn't have this kind of things. We need to clone this and go step by step to see what are the different functions or classes being interlinked between each other. But now it has been a lot easier already in the UI itself. Okay, that's all for this video, and it concluded these three parts of the video. First, we went through VS Code for data science, next Git for data science, or VS Code, or anything you want to use, because that is normal Git stops. And now we went to 5 tips and tricks of GitHub. I hope now you can explore the different projects that are in the data science field or different fields, because there is the field of AI been evolving, and you need to know how things work, and you need to do stops related to Git. So I hope if you are a complete beginner also, by watching through these 3 different videos, now you can navigate between different pieces of that particular project and write your own projects, and then have your GitHub repository being created and push your changes and show to other people that okay, you did this kind of things. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.